wings and paired greater wings. In the lesser wings, you can see optic canal for optic nerve, optic canal. And between lesser wings and greater wings, you can see fissura orbitalis superior between lesser wings and greater wings. Okay? Then the greater wing, each greater wing has free opening. Look, this is foramen rotundum. This is foramen ovale, okay, and a small foramen spinosum. Rotundum, ovale, and spinosum. Again, rotundum, ovale, and spinosum. Do you understand? Yes. Хорошо. The ethmoid bone. Os ethmoidale, ethmoid. In the skull, you can see this bone. This is ethmoidal bone. It has two plates, horizontal and perpendicular. This is perpendicular plate. This is horizontal plate. Horizontal plate has a lot of foramina. Look, this is horizontal plate. This is foramina. Foramina for ophthalmic nervous. No, ophthalmic. Olfactory nervous. Okay. Then the perpendicular plate, forms the anterior part of nasal septum. Okay, anterior part of nasal septum. Ну, ее, как сказать, ее нет. Perpendicular fossa is absent on this skull.
Septum is not visible.
Septum nasi. It forms septum nasi. Okay, anterior part of septum nasi. Then, above the cribriform or horizontal plate or cribriform plate, you can see the crista galli. This is crista galli. And this is foramen cecum. Cecum.
Yeah, I think.
Also, you can see paired ethmoidal labyrinthus. These are formed by ethmoidal air cells. Ethmoidal air cells. On the each labyrinth has two concha nasalis. Nasal concha. Look, this is superior concha and this is middle concha. And look, my pen lies in the superior nasal meatus. And this is middle nasal meatus. Okay? Okay, then the frontal bone. The frontal bone consists of the squamosus part, squama frontale, unpaired nasal part, and paired orbital parts. Squamosal, nasal, and orbital parts. On the frontal squama, there are two frontal tubes. Also, you can see the supraorbital margin. And this is
infraorbital.
No. This is processus zygomaticus. supraorbital margin. This is processus zygomaticus, toward os zygomaticus. Okay? On this margin, you can see supraorbital notch. On the skull, supraorbital notch for arteries and nerves. Supraorbital notch. Incisura supraorbitalis. Then, this is a temporal line. A temporal line on this bone. This is the temporal line. Okay? What's this? This is superciliar arches. Superciliar arches. Look, superciliar arches. Between them, you can see the glabella. This is glabella. 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 On the internal or cerebral surface, the squama has the groove for superior sagittal sinus, like parietal. Okay, groove of superior. This is groove of superior sagittal sinus, and also you can see the internal frontal crista. Crest, frontal crest in English, crista frontale in Latin. The orbital part, partes orbitalis, are thin horizontal plates which take part in forming the upper wall of orbita. The upper wall of orbita. This is orbital parts of the frontal bone. Between these parts, you can see a deep ethmoidal notch. This is a deep ethmoidal notch where you can see the horizontal plate of ethmoidal bone. Then, on the orbital parts, you can see a fossa for the lacrimal gland. Fossa for the lacrimal gland. And this is a small fossa, trochlea fossa. So, no, pars nasalis, nasal part, has the nasal spine, spina nasalis in Latin, nasal spine, and opening, nasal opening goes of the frontal sinus. You have frontal sinus with air in the frontal lobe. This is opening of frontal sinus into frontal bone. Okay, ear bone. The frontal bone is an ear bone, like ethmoidal, ear cellular includes, and in the body of the sphenoidal bone also it's sphenoidal sinus with air bone, and at the end the occipital bone, unpaired, and occipital, os occipitali in Latin, os occipitali. It is situated on the lower posterior part of the cranial skull. It consists of squama, occipital squama, lateral part, paired lateral part, and unpaired basilar part. Basilar part connect with the body of the sphenoidal bone. Okay, and it forms clavus. This is clavus. On the external part of this basilar part, you can see pharyngeal tubercle. Our pharynx start of this tubercle pharynx. Okay? The lateral part. The lateral part has occipital condyle, paired occipital condyle. Occipital condyle connect with atlas and forms Atlanta-occipital joint. Under condyle, you can see hypoglossal canal. Hypoglossal nerve goes through this canal. Okay? And above condyle, you can see condylar fossa and condylar foramen opening for the condylar vein. The squamosous part of occipital bone has external occipital protuberance, external occipital crest, or crista in Latin, crista occipitalis externa. And this is internal occipital crest. This is cruciform eminence. Cruciform eminence. Cruciform eminence formed sulcus transversus, sulcus or groove in groove of the superior sagittal sinus and internal occipital crest. Altogether, cruciform eminence. Okay? Okay. Do you understand me? It's very hard thing. Like